Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Slant.
Yeah, but isn't this the unplugged version? I don't know. I think it's the unplugged version. All right, Power, let's go. All right, listen, y'all. Just go ahead and let the guest play. Come on, jeez. That's better. Where'd I go?
¿Qué pasó? What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the Latino Slant, Friday, November 21st. Getting into that weekend prior, the weekend before, but going into Thanksgiving week 2025. And wow, we have a lot to cover, and we have some fun stuff as well as a theme. You know me, man. I like working with themes. You know what I mean? Well, you're going to know what I mean. And the theme today is Hollywood's ego. Ego. And I posed the question on the X. We have a poll going on right now. You can vote right now. Head on over to our X page. Not the X page. That's like not like former X, but X, Twitter. Does Hollywood need the ego? And people are voting now. And early voting is no, too toxic, adios. But listen, there's plenty of hours left in this poll. Yes is the other choice. They get it done. No, too toxic, adios. Get on over to our X account right now. So how is everyone doing? Are you guys already starting to do the holiday shopping? I mean, it's like what, coming up Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Taco Tuesday. For us here at the household, it's always Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. But you know, it's a real thing, man. As far as that holiday stress, the travel, people coming over, hosting. That's a lot, guys. That's a lot. So, you know, the thing I would just say is, and I know it's tough, right? It's all tough for us, but you know, when going into stuff like this, I just say be of service. You know, just help out who's ever hosting, or if you're hosting, help out your, your mate, or if you're doing this alone, get help, but also make sure you know why you're doing it. And if you're there to do it, you just want to see your relatives, you want to see your loved ones, then that's it. That's it. And then I recommend, those loved ones, keep everything lovable and light, because maybe you're traveling and seeing your relatives for only a short amount of time. Keep it on stuff that brings you together. Right? Now, if you are shopping, and we'll do this before we get to our first announcement. Well, this is our first announcement. If you are looking for that holiday gift for and you're listen, we're all tight with our money right now. I get it. Head on over to the latinoslant.com. Our merch page is there. We have all kinds of great items, including our coffee mugs. for as little as with the 10% off. We're talking under $15. Under $15, you get a wonderful coffee mug. Boom. We have the classic Latino slant one. We have the defund the thought police. Get on over. You'll see it. Now, if you are a member of the YouTube channel, you get up to 20% off right now. 20% off. Early birds get 10% off. Get on over there. We got cups. We got t-shirts. We even got baseball caps. And, we really appreciate any and every sale. So let us take care of those needs of yours. That'd be great. Thank you so much. So yeah, listen, let's get to our second channel announcement. This is our Thanksgiving week live stream schedule. Okay. Now we will be live simultaneously on YouTube and Rumble. Monday, post Edge, November 24th, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern time. That's a typo. Noon Eastern time. You'll catch us this Monday, kind of our regular post Midnight's Edge talk about pop culture stuff. It's always a fun time being on that panel. Gosh, what a good time. We did something really fun too. We reacted to a new Daily Wire trailer. They asked us to react, so look out for that. Hollywood Recline, Wednesday, November 26th. This is the day before Thanksgiving, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern for a couple of hours. Listen, the recline means recline in that chair in your living room, watch us on the big screen, and we will have some holiday cheer for you, some Thanksgiving funness for you. And then Friday, you guys voted for Grumpy Old Men Watch Party. Grumpy Old Men Watch Party. You guys had a couple of choices, right? You guys had a couple of choices. And the choices were Addams Family, Values, Grumpy Old Men, and Tower Heist. Well, Grumpy Old Men was the big winner. Big time. The big winner. So, we're gonna have fun watching it. It's just a watch party. 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Friday, November 28th. Maybe you are a little, maybe the family's left. Maybe you were stuck at home and you got nothing to do. Come and hang out with me for a few hours. And that is our Thanksgiving week live stream schedule. Live stream schedule, my friends. My friends. So yeah, thank you, Fletcher, for creating that poster. That's a lot of fun. Creating that poster. Okay, so listen. One of the biggest movies to open this year is finally here. And yes, you guys know I'm talking about Wicked for Good. I have not seen the movie. We got a review up. We have a pretty positive review from Anthony A. Bettis, and you can catch that on our website. But he also did a short, and he liked it. It's not as good as the first one, he says. The first one he considers perfect, but he gives it a decent review. Now, here's the thing. Wicked for Good has already joined the top 10 list for biggest domestic box office preview numbers of all time. Polly, what you talking about? Well, previews, guys. They got if it comes out on a Friday, they got previews starting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for sure. And what's crazy is that this has now joined the top preview box offices of all time. So let's bring up the numbers. So who else are they joined by? Because this is a pretty incredible list. Pretty incredible list. Let's go from 10. Let's work it all the way up. From discussing film, Wicked for Good, $30.8 million. That's right. That's how much it's made so far. Not even, guys, not even going into the weekend. That's just insane. Good for the box office. Good for Hollywood. Number 9, Multiverse of Madness, 36 million, which is to me just incredible that people paid $36 million. I guess I really did not like that movie. Number 8, Deadpool and Wolverine, 38.5 million. Number 7, Avengers Infinity War, 39 million. Number 6, The Rise of Skywalker, 40 million. Number 5, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, 43.5 million. I mean, that is a real, we'll get back to that one in a second. Number 4, The Last Jedi, 45 million. Number 3, No Way Home, 50 million. Number 2, The Force Awakens, 57 million. And number 1, Avengers Endgame, 60 million. Okay, incredible numbers. Yes, we can all agree. I just want to give that caveat that Harry Potter and the Harry Potter, if I can spell this right, this came out a while ago. And the Deathly Hallows Part 2, 2011. Okay, what's the inflation like almost 15 years later? Because from this list, I believe this is the oldest film on here, right? Wicked for Good is now, Multiverse of Madness a few years ago, Deadpool, Wolverine like last year, Infinity War, late teens, Rise of Skywalker, 2019, 2020, Last Jedi, 2017, No Way Home a few years ago. For you guys see what I'm saying? The Force Awakens was 2015 with 57 million. So Harry Potter, that's very impressive. That 43 million, that just means a lot more people went to go see it at a cheaper price. But listen, let's not take anything away from Wicked for Good. That is $30.8 million. I mean, we've been talking about it, right? And listen, Arrivo and Grande have been making the rounds as far as all their press and a lot of odd behavior. Talk about egos, these personalities promoting this film. People love them. As weird as their interviews are, people love them. They went last year. They're going this year. It is what it is. What do you guys think of all this? Are you going opening weekend? Do you think that this opening weekend, it's going to have a huge drop off after Thanksgiving? Caveat, right? It's November 21st now. Thanksgiving weekend goes all the way until, right? Get it, guys. December 1st. That's 7, 8, 9, 10 days. That's 10 days between that and Zootopia. Zootopia comes out, meaning, that they both get to enjoy the Thanksgiving weekend and week. I say Wicked is I think this is probably what the studios, the theater chains have been waiting for, which is a huge money-making season at the movie theaters. It just has not happened this year. Just not happened this year. But those are the numbers. I'm sure we're going to we're going to check these numbers out Monday going into Thanksgiving week. The calendar, I was telling you guys, and I'm telling you guys again, the calendar for these films is so favorable. Okay, starting today, you got 10 days of people out of their routine, traveling, hanging out at home, eating, that whole thing. Then they're going to movies. right? Very interesting. I feel not only is Wicked going to do great, Zootopia going to do great, but the holdover movies are going to do really good too as well. Now you see now you see me, now you don't. Predator Badlands, and maybe Sarah's Oil, because it is a family film and it's still in theaters. I don't think The Running Man is going to benefit. So there you guys have it. That is the Wicked for Good numbers. Yeah. Yeah. Why not? Why not? Hope everyone is doing well here on the Latino Slant. Make sure you guys are subscribed to our channels. Okay. You got YouTube, you got Rumble, you have X, and you have us now on Substack. And so what we're doing on Substack, guys, which I think is a lot of fun. At least it's fun for me. I'm having a good time doing it. We are migrating the best of our YouTube channel, originals, and website stories to where if you're not a member, you don't really get to see these. If you're not a member on YouTube, you don't get to see the Anthony Quinn Remembered. You don't get to see the Maria Russell interview, the Danny Trejo, Edward James Olmos interviews. You just don't. If you're following us on Substack, some of the stuff is free, and some of the stuff you have to be a member. So get on over to our Substack now, guys. We love hanging out on Rumble. We love hanging out on YouTube, but we are migrating special content over there. And I just put up the Anthony Quinn Remembered. I love that one. It's a great, great moment. Love that one. So we're doing a lot of fun stuff, guys. And now being on Substack is just one of them. That's all it is. That's all it is. And if you are hanging out with us live right now, we want to say hello to War Monkey 2 over there on Rumble. ¿Qué pasó, man? How you doing? How you doing? What movies are you going to see this week? What movie? Let me put it this way. Are you going to go see anything in the movie theaters this weekend? Or the next 10 days, are you going to go see any movies during this Thanksgiving 10 days, like stretch? Very curious. Good to have you here. Yeah, follow us on Substack. I want to remind you guys right now, does Hollywood need the ego? That poll is going on right now, guys. Okay? Right now on the X, we have people voting. Get on over there and vote now. Yes, they get it done. No, too toxic. Those are the two choices. Right now, no, too toxic is leading with 60%. I mean, I don't know, but we'll get it. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. But does Hollywood need the egos? All right. War Monkey 2 says, I don't see anything interesting enough out there to put shoes on for. I mean, not only to put shoes on for, it's your time, it's your money, it's your energy, right? It's like, it's a lot. And if you're saying Hollywood ain't offering I'm at the comfort of my own home, right? And so you're at the comfort of your own home. Maybe you have a DVD collection. Maybe you got your streamers, whatever you got set up. You have a nice flat screen and good sound. You got your own food. You got your munchies. Why would you leave? Why would you leave? War Monkey 2 is saying Wicked for Good. Nah. Coming up, Zootopia 2. Nah. Hollywood, you got to do better, man. You got to do better. Really, this is nice. This is nice. I want to congratulate. ¿Cómo se llama? What's her? Oh my God, we'll get her name right now. Miss Mexico became Miss Universe. Miss Mexico became Miss Universe. Um, uh, totally had. I know her. I know her last name is Bosch Fernandez. So sorry about Fatima. How could I forget that name? Mexico celebrates Fatima Bosch, Miss Universe 2025. Let's check out this video.
Fatima! Fatima Bosch es Miss Universe! Miss Universe!
Miss Universo
¡Bravo!
2025.
Beautiful lady.
¡Bravo, Fátima! ¡Merecidísimo! ¡Se logró!
I mean, she is beautiful.
Arriba Tabasco. y
Tabasco
arriba
is where someone just said Arriba Tabasco. That's a state in Mexico. That's where she's from. This is the crowning. I mean, absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Congratulations, Fatima Bosch Fernandez, Miss Universe from Mexico. There she is, Miss Universe. I know that's supposed to be Miss America, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do, guys? What are you going to do? Órale. Well, Brendan Fraser, who we all know and love, has been making the rounds for this movie called Rental Family. And I'm hearing good things about the movie and about his performance. I'll probably see it, later when it's available here at the comfort of my own home. But he said some interesting things about Batgirl. Yeah, you guys remember Batgirl? Brendan Fraser on the Batgirl cancellation. What is going on? From DC Alert, this is a quote of a larger interview he had, right? Where they canceled a whole movie. And they asked him about that. And he's like, a whole movie. I mean, there were 4 floors of production in Glasgow. I was sneaking into the art department just to geek out. The tragedy of that is that there is a generation of little girls who don't have a heroine to look up to and go, she looks like me. I mean, Michael Keaton came out as Batman, the Batman. The product, content is being commodified to the extent that it's more valuable to burn it down and get the insurance on it than to give it a shot in the marketplace. I mean, with respect, we could blight itself. And that is from Brendan Fraser in regards to Batgirl. You know, got a lot of I got some thoughts on this because I was a champion of Batgirl getting done. And so was Cameron Pasha. He had known one of the filmmakers executives, and we got some insight to the movie in that, they were gonna do some interesting things with it, but some entertaining things with it. And look, I know people were like, "Oh, look at the way she runs, and it looks like crap." With all due respect, it wasn't a film camera. It wasn't through any sort of official movie lens. And if the movie was that horrible, I don't think Brandon would be talking about it. He's saying, let the market decide. But I got to tell you, man, and I'm glad Brandon brought this up because I'm also a fan of Leslie Grace, who got cast as Batgirl. Leslie Grace is a beautiful singer-actress that came to my attention in the movie In the Heights. In the Heights. I don't know if anyone saw it, but she's also a singer. She's received 3 Latin Grammy nominations. But really, from In the Heights, she got cast as in this role. She's a Dominican American actress. There's something very special about her. But what happened, and what I'm trying to say, guys, is in regards to Batgirl getting the axe, you know, Leslie Grace's career has really suffered, guys. And sometimes that just happens, unfortunately. And, you know, I don't know if it's a thing of where people don't want to cast her because it's like association right now. It's like, oh, you know, that movie, no one's going to want to see her in anything. But literally, man, she's done like, it's been a few years now since Batgirl was canceled. She's done a super indie film that came and went last year, a TV movie that hasn't come out yet, and that's it. I think one other thing, and she's done some music. And it's so unfortunate because she is such a lovely person and such a lovely presence on screen. Beautiful singer and actress. And man, I really hope for some sort of, you know, redemption for her in regards to movies. Because you think about the actors her generation, right? The Latina actors is her generation. Ziegler, Sasha Calle. Who are the other ones? Jenna Ortega. You know, a lot of them are working, but I would much have rather seen Leslie Grace singing in Hunger Games than Ziegler. Can't see her in Snow White, obviously, but she's so talented. This is a real talent. And it's a shame that her movie career has suffered. And I think that's another reason why Brandon has gone to bat for this film, because he knows this. And he knows that Leslie gave 100% to her performance in this movie that, you know, was written off for insurance. And I absolutely agree with Brendan. You know? So, yeah. I hope for there's two things here, right? I hope the best for Leslie and her career. And I think Batgirl should see the light of day. Why not? Maybe not on you know, it was originally greenlit just to go streaming like Blue Beetle. So I think that's only fair. But again, Brandon Fraser in an interview saying that AP said, well, one sign of the state of the industry was shelving of the completed Batgirl in which you starred. And he said, yeah, the whole movie. You know, and he's saying there's a tragedy there of so many levels. You got Michael Keaton coming back. You had this new you know, different type of Batgirl that, you know, a generation of little girls who don't have a heroine could look up to. And he says, you know, give it a shot in the marketplace rather than burn it down to get the insurance. I'm with him. Thank you guys so much hanging out with me here on the Latino Slant. Get on over to the latinoslant.com for latest movie reviews from Hollywood. We have up really in the whole website is free, guys. There's no paywall to our articles. But we have the latest reviews on Wicked. We have the latest reviews on Selena Los Dinos, Die My Love with Jennifer Lawrence, Glenn Powell with The Running Man. Check it out right now. Check it out. Check it out. Okay. Where are we at now? So that was that. That was good. This is cool. Werewolf is filming right now. And there are some like really bad first images, but they're up. They're up. No, they're up. Yeah. Hold on, guys. Thank you. Okay, we're back. All right, here it is. Robert Edgar's Werewolf. First look at Aaron Taylor Johnson on the set of Werewolf. This film is described as a werewolf horror movie set in 13th century England with dialogue true to the time period. Now, this is super grainy, right? Super grainy. And let's take a look at this. I don't know. This looks like it's supposed to be blood, right? Coming down from his beard and mouth all the way down his shoulders and then the sides. So then he's got some pants on, but then what I'm seeing are some black sneakers. That's not really 13th century to me. Oh, that's not really 13th century to me. But I want to see this. Listen, I'm a big Robert Eggers fan. Is loved Nosferatu, big time, big time. You know, it was fun because we got to see Nosferatu really early in the game here. I think it was like a month before it came out on Christmas Day 24, like coming up on a year. So yeah, that was really cool, man. That was really cool. I'm excited to see what Aaron Taylor can do. Aaron Taylor Johnson. You know, because whenever he's been like in a lead role, the movie's been very lacking. Where he's always given 100%. But you know, he was great in Fall Guy and then great in Nosferatu. This could be really interesting. And then the language, 13th century England, why not? But yeah, I mean, you know, this is very sketchy at best. Very sketchy at best as far as the quality. I got no power over this, guys. This is what was posted. But yeah, it looks a little. This is always the bad part of, like, you know, leaked photos. Is that you're at the mercy of whoever took these photos, and these photos, looked like they're either super far away, so you had like the resolution was so bad and grainy because it just kept pulling in, get that close up, that really was not that good. But you can make out you can make out, listen, he looks fit. He's got the hair, he's got the beard, he's got the blood, and he's got the black sneakers. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure we're not going to see the black sneakers. I'm fairly confident that there was no black sneakers in 13th century England. Unless homie went and got some moccasins from, I don't know, just being silly. Yeah, that's funny, man. And they do look like from here they look like sneakers, or they're like big boots. Oh wait, okay, now I'm seeing, wait a minute. It's so hard to see, right? Let me go a little more. That's the most I can zoom in. Because now on one angle, I'm seeing that it could possibly be some really fat black boots. And then in the bottom left, you can definitely see the boot coming all the way up. Okay, they still look, they almost look like moon boots though. Either way, it's very hard to tell. And even also too, these pants look almost sweatpants. So I don't know what's going on with these photos, guys. I am not an expert here. I'm just reacting. Looks a little silly as far as the pants and the shoes. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, guys? Oh man, that's funny, man. That's funny, man. So that's and we get those all the time, right? You get those all the time. Fantastic Four, first, leaked photos. Then everyone's judging like we just did. Everyone's judging. Oh, the boots aren't correct, and this was from that comic book run and not the other run. And then we're either proven right or wrong, but we can all agree too that the quality just is always not what we think it is. Also, too, I think we did that with all the big movies. A lot with the Flash movies. We did that with the Flash. So yeah. But I think we can all agree Aaron Taylor Johnson's a really great talent. And so is Robert Eggers. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it. Hope you guys are doing well here on the Latino Slant. Remember, we are on Rumble, we're on X, and we're on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. All right, we got a couple more before we get on out of here. We have the poll. Does Hollywood need the ego? Let's see where we're at with the poll, guys. Hope you guys get on over there right now. You can, there's hours and hours to vote. And right now it's 50-50. Right now it is 50-50. Yes, they get it done. No, too toxic. Adios. So there you go. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Does Hollywood need the ego? I will have my thoughts as we close out. But let's get to Latinos have funny names, guys. And I was just talking about this with my cousin when I went to go hang out for my birthday and seeing family, like less than a couple months ago. God, time is going by fast. It was like 2 months ago. And we started talking about our family members and their names but then they're nicknames, right? And basically it's, you know, it's either a very English first name followed by a very Mexican nickname, or it's a very Mexican name followed by a very American nickname. I'll give you an example. So we have a cousin named Anthony, but his nickname growing up with us was Palillo. And Palillo is a skinny stick. And Palillo is not skinny anymore. He's not skinny anymore. We got an aunt, Dahlia. That's her legal name, Dahlia, like Dahlia. But her nickname in the family is Chinky. And it goes on and on. I mean, where we get these names, who knows? Who knows? My uncle Jose, at work, out there in the world, he's Joe. But I remember my nana just strictly calling him Jose. So I saw this video, The Legend of Facundo, and it reminded me of our nicknames, and I absolutely love this video. So I want to play it for you, and then let's talk about it.
My name when I started kindergarten was Ramon. And by the time I was in the second grade, everybody was calling me Raymond. You know, out in the playground, in the classroom, Raymond, hey, Raymond, hey, Raymond. And trying to adjust to this, you know what I mean? And if there was a girl named Maria, her name became Mary. And Juanita became Jane. So one day, we got a new student by the name of Facundo Gonzalez. Facundo Gonzalez, man. When he came into school, we noticed they called it emergency administrative meeting. You kind of hear him talking to the door. You know, what are we going to do with this guy, man? You know what I mean? How are we going to change his name, you know? And one teacher goes, well, you know what? Why don't we try to shorten the name a little bit? And they go, yeah, well, but how do you spell it? Facundo. Well, why don't we just spell it FAC? And one of the teachers, well, that means his name would be Fuck. And the other teachers looked at him, no, that sounds too much like a dirty word. You can't be saying fuck. Where's your homework, you know? Where's fuck at? You know what I mean?
Fuck, where's your homework? Facundo.
Well, that was a trip we always remembered going to elementary school. Because Facundo was the only guy who never got his name changed.
Yes. Love it. These people credit who created this little short. Oh my God. Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Very well done. American Folk Life Center, Library of Congress. Facundo, man. The Legend of Raymond. Ramon. Well, this is Juanita became Jane.
So one day,
Facundo, where's your homework? Let's go, Raymond.
well, why don't we just spell it FAC? And one of the teachers, well, that means his name would be Fuck. And the other teachers looked at him, no, that sounds too much like a dirty word. You can't be saying fuck. Where's your homework, you know? Where's fuck at? You know what I mean?
Where's fuck at? Listen. Oh gosh, you know, and this all falls under just the whole thing of assimilation, right? For better, for worse, it can be very clumsy. It can be very tough and a little traumatic at times, but it happens. And some names, though, you just cannot assimilate. Facundo, you can't, man. In full transparency, my mom named me Paul, not Pablo. So it was always on my it's on my birth certificate. But my family right away just started calling me Polly. But Facundo, Mexicans, man, they have Latinos have very creative names. Okay, we'll get to the Dominicans in a minute, but Mexicans, I have heard, of course, Eufemio, Eugenio, of Baldero, Baldamir. I mean, funky names, man. Funky names. One of my favorite ones is Refugio. Refugio. I was like, what is that? Refugio? Refuge? That's my favorite one, man. Refugio. What's up, Refugio? And it forced me to like better get those names right, because then I'm gonna sound like a total gringo, I mean, as is, I'm already a pocho, so it's like Refugio, ¿qué pasó, Refugio? But yeah, man, these names are just wild. I knew a guy from South America. His name was Cromwell. Like, his parents were like, "Nah, you're not getting a Latino name. We're just gonna go for like some old ass, European name, Cromwell." Now, I will say the Dominicans are very creative in that they make up first names. They make up first names. I'm not the Legend of Facundo, man. It's just not it's just not it's not just for Mexicans. Okay? So there's a baseball player, and we got to see him play during the what do you call it? The World Series against the Dodgers, and he's a baseball pitcher from the Dominican on the Toronto Blue Jays. Okay? What was his name? I'll bring it up right now. Sir Anthony Dominguez. Sir Anthony. Break it down, guys. Sir Anthony. Parents are creative. Parents are creative. I got another one for you. Again, Dominican. And Romy pointed this out to me. Romy pointed this out to me, guys. Right? Let me see. Gosh. This might be too much for first right. Navy ship. Okay, here we go. In the Heights, the lead character his name is Uznavi. Right? The main character of the musical in the film In the Heights. Uznavi de la Vega. Got his name. His parents named him after seeing a sign for the U.S. Navy ship when they first arrived. Oh. and listen, man, I'm just laughing so hard because like I said, we all got these names in our families. So when I saw Facundo, I'm thinking Sir Anthony. I'm thinking Uznavi. I'm thinking of Chinky. I'm thinking of Palio. Palio is now, my cousin Anthony. He is not a Palio anymore. That guy has not been Palio, a skinny stick, for decades. Oh, you gotta love Latin names, man. Hey, Olo is here. Facundo, no, he was uncolonizable. I mean, For real. For real. For real. You know who I think did it? The Dominicans. Go pick on them. No. Listen, in my travels, and then really meeting a lot of Latinos from all over South America, Latin America, these names are just extraordinary. I mean, I had a great uncle Eugene, Eugenio. You know, I love the creativity, man. And then, of course, then you have the who's Navi's just that's this legend, man. Then you have there's been a movement where you're like adding you're putting in the indigenous names. You're naming your kids, the indigenous names. There's some famous ones now. Xolo Maridueña. Xolo's name is pure Nahuatl, named after the Nahuatl dog, Xolo Escuincle. Xochitl Gomez, who was, America Chavez. But Xochitl is a flower, So those are always in Yaqui Godoy. Let me get this right, because I'm pretty sure the origin is indigenous. Who plays Luffy? My bad. It's not. Iñaki comes from the Basque region of Spain, derived from the name Ignatius, meaning fiery or ardent. The surname Godoy is also both French and Spain, means ruler or saint. Iñaki Godoy from Mexico, playing Luffy. But I mean, that's a beautiful name, Iñaki Godoy. Xolo Maridueña. When would we think we would have TV movie stars named Iñaki Godoy, starring Iñaki Godoy, Xolo Maridueña? Pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. Olo says you can see my hands in the Film Thread unboxing video. Oh, really? Send me that link. Heck, I'm white as day as long as I'm appropriating the natives by using an Aztec Ololuqui. Spell it out phonetically for me. But yeah, man, I mean, the indigenous names are amazing. I love the indigenous names, and not just Nahuatl, but the different native languages. But it's cool to learn different languages. It's cool, but names are fun, man. Here we go. Ololiuqui. Ololiqui. Ololiuqui. Alan Ning says it great. Okay, well then I got to do better than Alan, because yeah. Ololiuqui. 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 I got it. Ololiuqui. All right. It's good to have you here. Thanks for you people on Rumble, you people on YouTube. Oh, you guys done nicely done. See, I did it. But yeah, man, these names are just amazing, guys. I wanted to share that with you. The Legend of Facundo. The Wuthering Heights campaign has begun, guys. And why I think it's interesting because I think they're doing it right. Okay, let's bring it up. Because they unveiled the new poster and in the promo campaign. And then they got a lot going on here. Jacob Elordi, Margot Robbie, and okay, well, let's get to the poster. Because this is, when I see this, guys, I think romance novel book cover. Swear to God. And this thing is coming out Valentine's. You could not ask for a better cover. This is going to get all the ladies there, maybe different generations, and then maybe a boyfriend or girlfriend. Because look, Margot is a beautiful lady as well. But this is how you sell a movie, man. This is how you, I mean, I think this is actually really good for romance novels or romance movies, with intrigue, because it's a hard sell nowadays. So this was just dropped, as was a couple of new posters. That one's okay. Drive Me Mad, Valentine's. I think these are fan made, actually, those. But let's get to this trailer. Includes unreleased music from Charlie. This came out yesterday. Let's see how they do as far as selling this. You guys with me? Let me make sure you guys. Yes. Okay, cool. Okay, I gotta tell you, this is how you sell an older IP to a new generation. Obviously, you have Margot Robbie's name cachet connected with romance. You have one of the hottest young actors as the love interest. You have a good-looking, I want to say erotic central scenes together. And from what I hear, was pretty sensual. Like, I think they needed to cut it down a little bit. It's also a period piece, and yeah, it's one of the more well-known love stories. Inspired by the greatest love story. And you got a kind of like this Gen Z gloss with the font, with the mood, with the kind of like jadedness that comes with it, but also like, with this. I love it. I think it's going to do really well. I think it's going to do really well. And I think that's how you connect with this elusive Gen Z and older. But you have some really hot Gen Z actors right now, especially Jacob Elordi. Margot's been around a little longer, but I think this is she's still in that age range where she can pull it off. She's a bigger name with Barbie. Jacob's huge now with Frankenstein. He's got his fans. And this is telling you what it is. Like, it is going to be a erotic love story, romance, tragedy, betrayal. Let's go. Valentine's Day, let's go. They're making this an event. This is going to be an event for that crowd. Kind of like how Wicked is right now. That's what these guys, whoever created this marketing, bravo. Someone with a healthy maverick ego was the head of this campaign. So, absolutely. Bravo. Right on. What do you guys think? Yeah, Margot looks beautiful as ever. I think this is made and people are making their own posters. See, they love that stuff. Oh, that's Charlie's poster. This is a huge billboard along a building. Okay. So the promotions are, I guess their single is out. Kate Bush during a performance of Wuthering Heights 1978. Isn't that funny? Someone said Kate Bush in the chat. There's some more images that we saw from the trailer, the new trailer. Nice, man. Kate Bush was only 19 when she released Wuthering Heights. There's the original Wuthering Heights with Laurence Olivier, and I believe not Olivia. Is it Olivia de Havilland? Let me see. That's a beautiful one, man. In 1939, we'll get to 1939 in a minute. Let me see. Wuthering Heights. 1939 cast. So we know it was the great Laurence Olivier. Merle Oberon played Catherine. So Heathcliff and Catherine. Merle Oberon. And I believe Merle had to hide her Indian ethnicity. Yeah. Merle Oberon. If I remember my Hollywood history, South Asian and Maori. I'm so butchering that. Sorry, guys. I didn't know she was Maori descent. Wow. She concealed her ethnicity to pursue a career in Hollywood, claiming she was born in Tasmania, Australia. Born in Mumbai, India, to a British father and a mother of Sinhalese and Maori origin, she passed as white to avoid the prejudice and limited opportunities for people of color in the film industry at that time. Wow. I mean, she was knockout gorgeous, guys. Merle Oberon. I mean, absolute stunning. Yeah, I'd heard about that. You know, I did hear about that. That she hid her ethnicity. But listen, you know, if you had ethnicity that strong back in the day, if you wanted to work, you hid your name, you changed your name, and you made some shit up. That's just how it was. You know, or if you didn't, then you were really typecast. Let's get. I got a picture of Merle for you. Oh, beautiful Merle. Wow. There we go. A return to unironic romance, including rom-coms, would not be unwelcome, even though they rarely interest me. Yeah, but you know what? I think it's coming around. It's coming back around. I think it's coming back around. And people are hungry for, you know, I want to say new storytelling, but really it's, you know, old storytelling. You know? It's old storytelling. But Merle in 1939, that was the big one. In 1935, she was nominated for Best Actress. for the Dark Angel is Kitty Vane. Wuthering Heights. And looking at her filmography, she worked a lot for many years. God bless her. All right, Merle. But yeah, that's the new campaign, and I think someone did something right in Hollywood. Doesn't happen a lot. Let me know what you guys think. Actual stories. Yeah, I just finished I'm getting back into reading books now. So I just finished a book. Pretty good, and I think it's called The Sounds of Things Falling. I forgot the title was. And then I have Heat 2 that I had started a long time ago, but I've had it for a couple of years. And then I'm going to reread it. But yeah, man. So, okay. Why don't we get back to, because we really have gone through all our topics for today. And hope you guys have a nice weekend. Let me remind you guys that our holiday. Oh, you know what? God, I haven't plugged it all. I haven't plugged our PayPal. So if you want to support the channel, PayPal is incredible for us. We're at Latino Slant on PayPal. Pretty simple. You know, it is a great way to support us. You know, another way, there's always, of course, doing our merch, becoming a member, all that stuff. This is just another way to pay to support us as well. I'm trying to find the like. Oh, I know where it's at. I know where it's at. Show more. Here we go. Support us directly with PayPal. There we go. There we go. Thank you guys so much. And we'll pin it as well. Good to see our friends over there hanging out on Rumble as well as YouTube. Here hanging out on a Friday. If you want to support us directly, PayPal, Latino Slant. All right. And finally, check out our schedule for Thanksgiving week. Monday, November 24th, 9 a.m. Pacific. Wednesday, holiday recline, November 26th, 11 a.m. Pacific. And then Friday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, watch party. We're going to watch Grumpy Old Men. Yes, we will be simultaneously going live on Rumble and YouTube for most of these. I'm going to figure out the watch party. We might just invite everyone over to our Zoom private channel, so we don't get any copyright strikes. But that is what's going on for the holiday week for that holidays, for Thanksgiving. Okay, so let's talk about this thumbnail, and then we can get on out of here. Right, this whole idea of egos in Hollywood. Talk about this a lot. Does Hollywood need the ego? I mean, there is a poll going on right now on X. Get on over to our X channel account. You can vote right now Does Hollywood need ego creatives to succeed? Does Hollywood need creative egos to succeed? It's neck and neck. Yes, they get it done. No, too toxic. Adios. Well, guys, there's examples of Hollywood toxic egos, and we talk about them all the time and how they ruin IPs to ruining people's lives. From the infamous Weinstein to even Leslie Headland running a toxic environment. It's all ego driven. Then there's the egos of the Tom Cruises, the Steven Spielbergs, the new generation now, Timothy Chalamet wanting to be the best actor. Right? You hear him talking about that. Wanting to be like, the Beatles. I remember Eddie Murphy back in the 80s being interviewed. He's like, I want to be the Beatles of comics. That was always the goal. You never hear about an ego, even in sports, right? Where they say, my goal, my dream is to play in the World Series. It's to win. It's to win it all. So my short answer is yes. Of course, Hollywood needs ego, but of course, Hollywood needs ego to get projects greenlit, to get finance. You need ego. You need that drive. You need that maverick energy, time and time again. Absolutely. To perform, to be the very best, and deliver like unique and great performances, you need ego. It's actually part of the DNA of filmmaking, of entertaining, is ego. You can't have a small ego while you're performing. You could be a very private person once you get off stage, once the cameras go blank, turn off. For sure, you can be a very private, quiet person. I think that's great. I actually think that's a very healthy way of managing your creative ego. Is that a lot of times when the camera goes off, when you go off stage, people don't know how to turn it off. And you'll hear about these personalities becoming addicts, becoming abusers, and maybe even taking their own lives, ODing. That is the harsh side of the Hollywood ego. And that's always been there. Unfortunately, that's always been there because let's take actors. There's so much vulnerability that goes into performing that you live in your ego as not only as being some sense of protection, but you're also just making yourself so open to the work. So by default, you have to be emotionally available for the character. That just comes with it. And if it doesn't, you see like just terrible performances. And I go back to that. If you're not balanced in the private life, then for lack of better words, you're crazy. It just doesn't work. So a healthy ego is very much needed in all aspects of production, right? In Hollywood. I've talked about the abusers. I talked about the addicts. And you hear their infamous stories. And their reputation will precede them. Are they difficult to work with? Are they great to work with, difficult, but they get the job done, and their work is just like no one can touch it. Directors can be very difficult. Iñárritu has a very maniacal ego to get work done in the most severe sometimes of environments. Leo DiCaprio and The Revenant is an example. A lot of people complained working on that set because Iñárritu was unrelenting. He could care less how you felt about how cold you were, about the environment. Didn't matter. I don't care. It's about the shot. It's about what we're doing here. That is a creative ego driven by excellence, just driven for that higher plane of creativity. You can't argue that. And especially if you signed up for it, then you know what you're getting. So there's that. It manifests itself in so many different ways in this business. Okay. But it's needed. Unfortunately, Hollywood protects the toxic side of it because of, well, they're still giving us hits. They're a success, so they get a lot of leeway. And we've heard about these stories, right? Which is unfortunate because this business is not for the weak at heart. It's just not. If you're an actor who comes here from another state, another part of the country, a different country, maybe you learn English, and you think that you're going to have some sort of success within a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, you're in for a rude awakening. And a lot of people get that rude awakening and they leave. They just can't handle it. Even if they get one job a year, which is considered the numbers wise very success. Like that's a lot of success. But let's say you get one job and then you don't work for 2-3 years. That is how it is. You have to have a tough skin and you have to take care of that ego. I mean, it's almost like a prerequisite. And this goes for writers and directors too, guys. Any creatives, right? You have to have a certain ego to keep going. Our friend Alejandro Montoya Marin with the Unexpecteds, he filmed the Unexpecteds at this point 3 years ago. It took his ego, his drive, his sure drive to get it to where it's at now. And Unexpected is, has a, depending on what circles you are, a very small to like limited success. Oh, he got a distribution deal. Okay. With Kevin Smith. Okay. Well, that's great. But what can you do with a real big budget? That's how harsh Hollywood is. Not to mention not to mention actors, writers, directors, what they face every day in regards to rejection. You can write 20 scripts, maybe only one gets made, and that's considered really good. You could have 100 auditions, and maybe you get one part, and that's considered good. You can wait for 5 to 10 years to direct that one film, and that's considered success. I mean, these numbers are nuts. Then you're supported by guilds that don't necessarily guarantee you work. It's just who you know. It's the networking. It's just wild. So of course, man, you got to have grit, determination. You have to have talent. That's a prerequisite. And you have to have your personality, that ego, that's undeniable, charisma, charm, whatever you want to call it. Those are prerequisites. But then you have to have that grit, that determination, that drive, that hunger to not quit. A lot of people don't have that. They may be very talented, but they just can't hack it. Can't. You know, I'll go back home and do some regional theater. You know, maybe I'll do a commercial here and there, statewide. I don't know what. So I've painted this because, you know, we always hear about the Leslie Headlands and all this stuff, toxic this, toxic that. But I think there's another form of the ego that is taken over Hollywood that is equally as insidious. And that is of the activist creative driving their ego to convince other actors, creatives, that they have to fall in line with this certain type of social and political agenda. And, you know, it has ruined entertainment. And that is all ego driven. You know, it's ego when you hear a Mark Ruffalo talking about climate change or climate this, and then they jump on a private jet to go to an eco-friendly fashion show in France. I'm just using him, but you know what I mean. That is rampant. That is ego. And that is killing entertainment. It's actually killing the other thing that we haven't talked about, which is the relationship between celebrities in front of behind the screen and the relationship with the audience. Audience members, they don't want to hear it. I don't care. Don't tell me how to live. You know, enlighten us, enchant us, entertain us. You know, it's almost like entertaining us is like a bad word nowadays in Hollywood, where the ego is telling you, you know, educate us, evolve with us. Imagine that, evolve with us. So that's where I think that's the new thing, guys, going on. And it's unfortunate. It's not new necessarily, but it is where it is. We have a couple of comments from I want to bring it up and then we'll get on out of here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, Latino Slant. Because we have this poll going on right here on X. Go and vote right now there. Does Hollywood need ego creatives to succeed? 50-50 right now. Got a couple comments. They've always had people with big egos. They just have the talent. And lately, the only talent in the writer's room is named Stallone, Sheridan. Right now, I can't think of anyone else but maybe Favreau. Since the Writers Guild strike and all the BS they made everyone go through, they're crushing any new talent on purpose. Look at that. You talk about toxic ego. They're trying to control and keep the work for themselves because they know the work is shrunk. Then we got another comment. Stanley Kubrick, Cameron, Houston, Weinstein, Lynch, etc. all had egos, but some left a lot more bodies in their wake than others. Same in any business. It's constructive and destructive. You don't have one without the other. When near it, protect yourself. Oh, great comment. That's a good one. That is a good comment, guys. That is a good comment. That's a really good one. That is a really good one. Oh. Yeah, so get on over there and vote as we're wrapping this up, guys. Olo says the money men for all their problems were at least a break on some of the insanity in the past because they were grounded in reality. Well, what it is that they didn't care about your politics. They didn't care about your religion. They cared about making the best movie. Right? And they will do anything to get that movie made. They will cut throats. And I'm being, being dramatic, but the reality was that, if you're not here for excellence, then get the fuck out of here. What else do you have to say? Not being able to handle feeling personally rejected sinks many careers before they get off the ground. Yeah, you have to be able to handle rejection. You at least have to be secure and confident in yourself and your abilities. Combine it with a world built more on style than substance. It's no surprise it encourages the worst in human behavior. Very well said. Very well said. And I think that's a good place to wrap that up, guys. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on all that. If you miss our live, throw some comments on the on the comment page and all that good stuff. And yeah, we'll just see. I have a 3-part clipped series on YouTube only where we talk about Hollywood is shrinking, and we're going to be putting up the last part where actors are now just lost in activist mire. And it's really really sad to see, because it's almost like they're being mandated, spoon-fed what to say, and they all sound like parakeets, man, like parakeets. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I want to thank everyone that came and hang out with us live. Thank all the good people in Rumble and YouTube, and we'll see you soon, guys. Be safe out there. Enjoy some good movies and food with your loved ones, and wherever you're at, keep that slant fuerte. Gracias.